Oh crap, I've started the stream and I don't have music. Help, Izzy, help. Oh god.
You ruined it.
Generic chill step.
Oh gosh.
Everyone now knows my secret. All I do is just type in generic chill step. Anyway, hey guys, so this is going to be just a creative stream where we're going to be building some bases in some of the nicest locations within Subnautica. I have a couple of locations marked out as really pretty areas just to put your bases, and I'm going to be checking out as many of them as I can during this stream. I need to turn down the music. Holy shit, the music's loud. That's better. Oh god, the logs are burning to ashes. There are now 68 logs left. Remember, if that fire ever goes out, the stream ends. Yeah, cut you.
What's the command to use logs again?
Okay. So, as far as I know, everything has infinite power. We start with everything we need. We can build anything because we just automatically have all the resources in our base. We can... Oh, we've got a shit ton of floaters too. So, first off, also, it looks like we're going through every single message from the... Oh my god. Izzy, it looks like we're going through every single message that the game gives us until it finally runs out of messages.
Ugh.
This is gonna take a while. So let's see if I can find one of my favorite locations so far. I don't exactly remember the direction. I remember it was roughly east of where you launch. Pretty close to the Aurora. Not exactly at the Aurora, but pretty close to it. It's this massive sinkhole that just goes down and down and down, and eventually it actually hits one of the deepest locations in the game, the lava beds. But if we can find it, we can actually put something there. Oh, right, I should probably let everyone in the Discord know. Now I'm going to turn down the music a little bit more. There we go. Izzy, let me know if the music is a bit too quiet.
Let me find out.
Are you not watching? Oh my god, you're in my Discord and you're not watching.
Well, I usually mute the stream because I hear your voice twice.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Ooh, this is a place I haven't seen before. Oh, is this the Jelly Shroom Caves? Oh, this is the Jelly Shroom Caves. This is...
These make sense about fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is one of the locations that you can set up a sea base. I honestly wouldn't advise it because there's these guys here who won't attack me now because they're not aggressive during this. Oh!
As they attack you.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, there's the Degassi sea base here, which you can set it up for. There's actually plenty of food down here. I'm not gonna set one up down here just because I have another place that I'm looking for. This is still one of the prettiest places to set up a sea base, though. Right next to the grove tree in terms of actual beauty. In my opinion. Did not know that you could come down right next to the Togassi sea base, though. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's surface real quick, find out where we are in relation to the Aurora. Okay, we're about where we want to be, I think. It ends up being in one of the deeper locations. It's pretty close here, though. We'll know when we found it.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
So there is a reason I'm not turning on the light on the Sea Glide, and that reason is because the Sea Glide, when its light is turned off, has this really useful feature where you can just see effectively how the environment looks. Oh, I think we're in the craglines right now. You can tell because of all the crags. Who would have thought? Let me take a look. Yep, crag field. Not quite where we want to be yet. We're actually pretty close to another place that we could set up. Which, if we keep following this area, we eventually hit. There's a Reaper Leviathan somewhere around here. Though he's not that much of a trouble. A lot of the Reapers are a lot more talk than they are bite. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is a plateau. And these are really nice locations to set up. In fact, you know what? I think I will set up right here. You can see that they just straight up give you a spot to put the very first part. I'm gonna put it right above this brain coral. Multi-purpose room to start out with.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Unfortunately.
To separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity.
Oh yeah, that's one.
This
That's
space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
upside of setting this up above a brain coral. The brain coral bubbles will get trapped, and you can just, if you need air, doot, doot. Not really all that useful though, because if you need air, then you're usually running into much bigger problems. Excuse me. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Well, first things first. Let's make an entrance. So we can actually work on the interior.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen
Emergency power. Might as well get a lot of other crap out of the inventory as well, but luckily we don't have to worry about inventory management since everything is free. You do kind of have to build out a little bit to give yourself the space that you need to put out a moon pool, because the moon pools are just going to be a little bit farther out. Luckily we don't have to worry about structure in survival, so I can build as much as I want. If this was actually just... Or, sorry, we do have to worry about structure in survival. So you would actually have to upgrade this with stuff like reinforcement. However, what I've just done is actually give us a pretty good spot to put reinforcements. Just all along here. I might end up removing one of these, which could get a little bit tricky. But this would be a fantastic location to put down a moon pool. If I could rotate it, that'd be great. Okay, for some reason, I cannot rotate my moon pools. Weird. Whatever. You guys have seen these before. They're pretty standard. Really cool thing about the plateaus is that they are plateaus. They are actually, by definition, a sheer drop-off into a very deep area of the game. This isn't exactly the deepest, obviously. Oh, shut up.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Reference to Castaways there. So we're going to follow this up. This is going to be both a marker of where our base currently is and just something to build stuff with. Gonna go ahead and craft a sea glide. Just so we can move around a bit faster. Normally what I'd do at this point is, like if I had a base here, is probably have at least one Cyclops to hold resources to keep building the base. Oh, right. It needs to go right there. And then climb. There we go. Routine escape. Okay. Sea moth.
Is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin.
Okay, going straight down again. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put these floaters on the base. Oh no, well, I guess they're floating now. Ooh, since we have these. So everyone knows how much I hate these things. Hehehehe. Okay, I'm happy now. Upside, we also have a whole crap ton of table coral and not a small amount of tubes, from what I remember. The view from here, unfortunately, is not great. Which is why I think I might actually just go ahead and find the other area that I was talking about. But, in case we decide to come back here later, I will go ahead and craft us up a where is it? Fabricator. Which Thanks to creative mode, only or actually works without power. So we can go ahead and craft a beacon. You know, I might as well actually keep crafting beacons because why not? Beacons are useful to have around. Alright, where's that Seamoth? Seamoth can also operate at any levels right now. So if I wanted to take this lower, I believe... Yeah, Seamoth doesn't care. Does not give a damn. Okay, so we still gotta find that one location that I was talking about. This is currently the crash zone. Hey, big guy. Nothing we're looking for is right here. I was about to say there's probably a Reaper around here, but where was it? I wish I remembered the exact location or the biome. It's a tunnel that goes all the way down into the lava beds. Looks absolutely beautiful. Fantastic place to put a base because it's small, enclosed, and it's even guarded. Ain't nothing gonna bother you when there's a ghost Leviathan just prowling the area. The ghost Leviathan was a complete surprise find. I wasn't expecting to find something like that. Which brings the total of... Oh, it might be here. Here we are. Yeah, I think this is it. Maybe? Or is this... No, this is just the Great Reef. I think. Yeah, this is Grand Reef. This isn't where I'm looking for. Well, we might as well follow Grand Reef down, since I know we can find it through the other areas. Grand Reef is also a nice place to put a base, if you really want to. I personally don't like it though. I find that these are kind of distracting, and after a while they get a little bit old. Having to listen to these guys sing is quite nice though. They're really nice. You guys may know or remember that I've read quite a few to put into my previous base location, the Grove Tree. Okay, there's the way down, I think.
Detecting a titanium mass somewhere in this area. Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora.
Hey, we're close. Warpers start to show up in this area. So you can actually come down here with the Seamoth normally, because you can upgrade the Seamoth to dive to around 900 meters. In other words, the same depth that the normal Cyclops upgrade will give you. Okay, there we go. We're starting to get into the... What are these? Methane? Yeah, methane rivers. Pretty soon here we'll be seeing the ghost. Caves like this aren't that bad to put bases in either, just because they're caves. Well protected, nothing's gonna bother you. And you've got these plants that are actually really pretty to look at. This particular area right here, though, is one of my favorites. The only big downside of this place is you don't have much room for bases. Like, if I tried to build here, I could only build just above the head, I think. Actually, you know what? Let's find out. Nope, can't even build just above the head. So you'd have to build probably next to it. So if you wanted to do like a challenge base build, I suppose you could use it. Hey, this is, I guess this is where its brain was. Or not its brain, its eyes. That is a good location for it. Upside, if you go straight up over, I think it's here. Looky there. We have the second of the two, or the smaller of the two ghost kelp biomes with amphiels and such. There's also a base, or not a base, a wreck right above this that you can loot if you want. Actually, this particular area wouldn't be that bad to put a base. Let me go ahead and pop up a beacon. Cool. Why would you shine that in your eyes, you dingus? Okay, moving on. Starting to get into the boneyard territory. Hello, Ghosty. I don't think he's going to be aggressive, but I have been wrong.
Terrain scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Oh god, everything roared at the same time, and now I'm terrified. Another fun place to try and set up a base. I wouldn't though, due to the proximity of the Ghost Leviathan. Leaving would always be quite a bit of a chore, and not something that I would look forward to. Get Ghostly to look at, and the fossils of course. Now we're getting down into the area where I previously set up my base. There's actually two really good base buildings positions here, one of which is mostly guarded by river stalkers. So the first one, this is one that I've actually considered before. There's a really good amount of titanium in the area, right here. There's heat, in case you need thermal vents for something. You get lithium, you get a fair number of ruby. Oh, they're actually called ruby now. Huh. They're actually called ruby. Update must have happened, I guess. So I would build it in such a way that you actually have this guy in a window.
All primary systems online.
Or maybe even a couple windows.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
See, this would make a fantastic view when you get up from bed. Something I actually like to do. Just kind of frame things with aquariums. This way you can have fish always in view, even if you don't actually have them in the area. But can you imagine just waking up, seeing this big guy outside?
That'd be terrible.
Oh, it would be terrible. Oh, this is a really good place to actually start up a base, though. Because, like I mentioned, there's a lot of good titanium. There's these copper ore nodes, which are fan-fucking-tastic for starting up bases, because you constantly need copper wire. You would have to find some heat nodes, which thankfully there's quite a few of in the area. So if we wanted to, could just go ahead and put this over here. Nope. For those who have never used these thermal plants before, yellow means good, bad energy, and green means good energy. You can put them there with yellow, as you can see, but it's not actually going to give you much. If you can, you want it to shine green instead. Like that. Still not amazing, but you can, there's enough of them in the area that you can actually set it up pretty easily. Two big ones right next to it. You've got these quartz nodes, which are also useful for setting up stuff like glass. Where is a good spot for this? $40 degrees. I'm actually going to experiment, see exactly what the best spots are. 54, that's better. More heat obviously means more energy. 51. Shame you can't just put them sideways on the vents. That might be a bit too easy though. But at any rate, this is probably a bit overkill in terms of creating energy production, but what you would do set it up kind of like this. No, this really? Maybe they don't work in creative. Don't know. It's possible they just don't work in creative because power is automatically provided. At least I think it is. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Where's my seam? I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. And we will label it. There.
Welcome aboard
Honestly, Izzy, I think that I would wake up, see that, and be like, I am inspired not to die today.
Not today.
Not today, giant sea dragon who suffered critical brain injuries. Obviously, we've got one of my favorite locations. What? You do that. That's weird. Most of the time that those don't actually get in here. This is one of my favorite locations to set up. This is, from my experience last time, just fucking fantastic. It's got basically everything you need for base building, from titanium nodes, silicon nodes, or not silicon, quartz nodes, gold nodes, ion nodes, lithium nodes. It's just amazing. Like, if we look underneath here, we have everything we could possibly need. We've even got uranite crystals. And even diamond. And we've got a few thermal spots so that we can set up heat. As far as a late game structure goes, this is one of the best locations, with possibly one of the nicest views as well. But if you want to see how I set that up, you can always just check back with the actual playthrough. We're not here for that. Oh yeah, I should also mention the Grove Tree has no predators near it. That River Stalker was kind of there out of a bug or a fluke. I think it just wandered in. At any rate, they're not usually there at all. So we're going to be moving on to another location. So most people wouldn't actually set shit up down here for very good reasons. Hang on, I'm going to try and get as many of these little guys attached as possible. Come on. Oh. Well, yeah, most people wouldn't set shit up down here unless they wanted easy thermal power, which, to be fair, is a legitimate point. Thermal power never runs out, as far as I know, and is completely self-replenishing. Other upside is that you have kyanite crystals. Major downside, however, you have 0 titanium while you're down here, which is pretty big downside considering that most base building actually takes a fuck ton of titanium. Eventually we will get to the spot where I want to get though. So the reason we've come down here is because we are trying to find the sinkhole. Don't remember exactly where the sinkhole is topside, because I don't have my maps. But we'll find out. Okay, so this is another location that a lot of people like to set up. Or at least that I would personally like to set up. So the reasons for this are pretty obvious. It's a pretty iconic location. I've actually seen this on a few shirts. A lot of people know where it is. It's got the sea dragon roaring in the distance, and you actually have, if it actually ever blows in, a direct view into the lava caverns. By the way, if you ever want to kill a sea dragon leviathan, you can actually set up in the lava caverns if you're some sort of insane person. I wouldn't, but then again, I'm not an insane person most of the time. Oh hey.
I am what you seek. Want to help you.
Spoilers, by the way. There's the sea dragon himself. You've all seen him. Big old cranky. So we're gonna try and stick near the upper ceiling here. He might actually try and kill me, but that's completely impossible right now. So hopefully... no map right now. I really do like that the Sea Glide acts as both a map and a propulsion tool. I've actually used it to good effect a couple of times. So if I remember right, it's on the opposite side here. Hey, warpers. Is it up here? No. Damn.
Hey dude, I probably gotta take off.
Alright, later Izzy.
See ya, man.
Is the music cute? Just putting you to sleep? Yeah. Everything went dark. I wonder why everything went dark. I think this is it actually. It's a lot higher than the other caverns. And as you can see, Mr. Sea Dragon comes out of it. This is one of the odder ways down here. Everyone knows about the, well, everyone knows about the other way, through the Grove Tree and such, because that's usually what the game guides you to. This is where I really want to set up. Hello, Mr. Ghost Leviathan. Hopefully he won't get super pissed. Oh, he's gonna get super pissed. And just, oh my god, that poor Ghost Ray! Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Ghost Ray. So as you can see, we've got titanium in the area in quite a lot of abundance. We've got these really, really just absolutely beautiful plants. These are one of my favorite plants in the game. And you can't actually move them, which is one of the reasons I wanted to set up here. Oh, we don't have a scanner. Do we actually have all of the... Nope. So without a scanner, we actually don't know what these are. I forget their actual name, but they're really pretty. They build off of lava vents and cover them completely. Not sure if they actually put out heat. No, according to this, they don't. But the place that I specifically wanted to set up is just ahead, because we do have some uncovered heat vents here. Got a fairly huge amount of titanium, really. And if we keep going... Yeah, you can see these are putting off very high amounts of heat. Just, at least from what the sea moth is saying. Here we go. Mr. Reaper Skeleton. Hey, Mr. Reaper Skeleton. So the reason that I like this is because obviously there's this heat fence, there's the titanium, there's this skeleton that just brings the whole place together. But you've also got these on the walls, which, if you're not really looking too hard, look like a night sky. That's just beautiful. Once again, space is at a bit of a premium. You're missing a few more required elements. You don't even have just the one skeleton either. You've got, what is this? Okay, you've also got a couple more. Looks like they're both Reapers. Note that this is coming in from the Sea Dragon's den, so this is actually where it puts all of its excrement, I guess you could say. And then this all leads out into this place, which is also very pretty. This is what I was talking about when I referred to this place as a sinkhole. Because it really is a deep, deep sinkhole.
Detecting massive energy signature in the region. Cannot identify it.
Okay, I guess. Really? Oh my god, don't tell me we're near the gun. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen this game before. Gonna head up real quick. I just want to get a bearing as to where in the world we are. It'd be faster if I do it this way. Because if we're near the gun, that's a fantastic location to reference. Also, the water isn't square anymore. I don't know why the water isn't square. Okay. The Aurora. Well then, I guess I don't know where we are. Oh, I guess we're near the bulb forest? Dunno. Alright, so let's go back by Mr. Reaper Skeleton. And we will start setting up. The one thing that I am kind of sad about is that we don't really have a good way to put a skylight in. Which I suppose isn't really that big of a deal. We just use observatories instead. Okay, let's see. How do we want to do this? I'm thinking probably nestle the first one in there. Start out with a moon pool. Or a observatory. No. I'm not going to do that. We will be sensible. Then we'll start with a hatch. Pretty easy to find this place, what with the waterfall and all that. Or the methane fall.
Warning, emergency power only.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing about this place. Look at it. It's completely green if you put it next to a methane fall. So I'm going to start stacking these up. Everyone knows I absolutely adore towers. I don't know why. Towers aren't exactly what you'd call efficient. I just like making large, tall objects. So, as usual, I'm going to go ahead and put these ladders in so we can access everything. This isn't exactly the best update for base building, unfortunately. Oh, there's nothing above. Okay. Reason for that being you have to actually be outside the base to build anything. Oh, I guess not. Maybe they fixed it in the next update. Either way, good on them. This isn't exactly the best view. What? So normally I would use this for something like storage, since this is where I'd be coming in, but I haven't decided exactly where I would want to come in first. One of these rooms is just going to be my aquarium room, and I think I'm actually going to have that off to the side somewhere. So I'm going to try and put that. Oop, nope. No. Try and put this right here.
Survivor, you have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
Shut up. Shut up. Whatever your name is. The unhelpful AI. Let's go with that. Probably put a scanner room here, I think. Oh no, I guess we can't. What if we... You know, actually, better idea. But why though? Is it too close to the wall? Well, it says that it can... Oh, okay. That's fine then. We'll put a scanner room there. I think one of the... You know, let's go inside real quick. As the green bioluminescent glow is less noticeable. So now we can actually see what's in the area. We've got quartz, ruby, nickel ore, lithium, limestone chunks, seed areas, diamonds. Let's go ahead and craft us something so that we can see all of this. And a couple speed upgrades, because why not? And a scanner room upgrade. Okay, first of all, let's get some power. Start it up with a heat area. We already know that there's one right here, but maybe we can get more. So, nice thing about heat areas is that when they're in groups like this, you can find some pretty good locations as long as you're not destroying a plant somewhere. See, this is 87 degrees. This is a very good amount of heat. We don't really need that lithium, actually. So when you are actually looking for places to set up bases, scanner rooms are really nice things to build because they can tell you generically what's in the area. I'm actually going to put a window here. I don't think... Build a few more vertical connectors. So this is all going to lead to another area that's up a little bit further on. Yeah, we've got some real nice heat right here. I do not know why these power transmitters are not working. You'd think they would. But no. Weird. Bugs. What do you do with them? Well, you write them up, you make them visible, and you tell the person who made the game. Oh! These are rare. You don't see these very often. You can't move them either. They're stuck exactly where they are. They're real pretty though. Okay, so let's continue. So once again, I'm going to try and get it nestled in the center of this pool. Obviously this is going to be a lot more walking than most people would like to do. But hey, it gives you some really nice areas to give reinforcement, so I don't mind. What is this? This is nickel ore. Pretty good place for it. So let's see here. We want storage. Interior modules. Ah, offered. This is going to be the storage room that holds all the things. Alternatively, it could be the fish room. Let's see. Obviously, one of the things I like to do is also put these in the very first room that you enter, so you have easy access to them. Should you need to, I don't know, cook fish, stuff like that. Put a couple power cell chargers. There's battery chargers. There we are. You can probably put them right next to the battery chargers, or the power cell chargers. There we go. That looks quite snappy. Put a good old pot plant. We have nothing to put in said pot plant, but just imagine something's there for now. Nice thing about putting this so low is that you can actually do, let's see, exterior grow beds. Pretty easily, as long as you find a good place for it. Also, this is going to be alien containment. Which means that the room adjacent to it is going to become the lab.
Oxygen production offline.
Oh, I almost forgot modification station. Can't be having that happen. So my labs typically have at least one aquarium, just to look out. But more than that, they also have windows. Where do bulkheads go anyway? Okay. In the middle of other rooms. It's actually not a bad thing to put in here. Good old airlock just in case alien containment ruptures. And then you end up with this crab squid in your face or something like that.
Provide an ideal opportunity to study alien fauna up close. Select carefully which life forms you bring on board. They may also be studying you.
So the reason that I always build these too high is so that you can put stuff like kelp, and it also increases the amount of things that you can put in here. Obviously we have no eggs, this is just for show purposes, but if I was to, say, put a ladder right there, then we could also do this. You can build them higher if you want. If you really want an interesting looking thing, you can actually do kind of a skylight by building, well, not really a skylight, but a glass bottom boat effect by building something above it. The airlock. Nice thing about these is that it also adds to the hull strength of the area. From what I've been told. I've never personally used them before now. So we're going to be putting down some desks. One main desk. This is going to be where all the research happens. Swivel chairs, which swivel very slowly. Gotta have the coffee vending machine in the same room. What I always do is I actually check the chairs to make sure that you can actually see through them. And that you can even sit in them. Swivel chairs do not swivel, by the way. You can just walk. What a shame. We ruined a perfectly good swivel chair too. You know what? You know what every lab needs? A small kitchen. I'm actually going to move this over here so that we can put another window in. Something that I might do is I might actually populate this area with small creatures just to make sure that the science room has a view. The other thing that we need at some point is an observatory. We have an aquarium here, which we would normally also populate with small creatures. Let's see here. Can we? You know, I've never used spotlights. Let's see how their use works. You would think that after all this time I would have used them at least once. Nope. I think that would do better if you actually place it on top. Of a structure. So if you actually do want to give your place kind of a built-up look, you could use spotlights, I suppose. I don't know the exact angle that spotlights work at, and they don't seem to change. Huh. Well, that's a shame. Okay, so they always seem to spawn facing you. Which means that they light up whatever you are not looking at. Remember, reinforcements don't like things being in front of them. Just an idea. As they're being made, at least. Scientists working late. You know what they need? Vending machines. Wow. Those are very particular about where you place them for some reason. Gotta get this just right. Okay, good enough. So what I would usually do is I would find some random scientific equipment. You can find a lot of that in the science lab in the Aurora. Put it on top of these counters, call it good. Make it look positively homey. Oh yeah. There's a weird bug with lithium. Or not lithium, methane falls. Where it shows up in front of everything. Stuff like overlays mostly. Potato. And let me just summon my chair. Ah, this is a good day to do science. Anyway. So we're going to take a little bit. Oh, we've got shale here. Shale is real good. Shale is real useful. Sandstone chunks, which means we've got gold effectively. We've got some actual diamond in the area. Crystalline sulfur, interestingly enough. Not sure where exactly that is. Crystalline sulfur is kind of a rare resource, so that's another thing that this place has. You can actually see a really nice looking map here of the entire area. That's one of the other reasons I built the scan room, is because it does give you a general map of the area. The place is a lot larger than it looks. They really need to add a second menu to this. Yeah, I figured this might happen. But it looks like it can still get out. So that's mostly what we want. Whoops. I really think that they captured how this works pretty well. And the actual sounds as you just hear things through the camera. As I ram into things. It sounds like you're just slamming into objects. Oh no, my camera is malfunctioning. You can see some titanium. Unfortunately, titanium isn't high up on the list of objects to display, so you're going to have to find that yourself. Should you set up here. Not too big of a deal, since it's pretty common from what I've seen. But I'm not seeing any more, so maybe you will have to go looking a bit further. Good stuff. Kill that fish. Ram it. Haha. You thought you could... Oh, he's still alive. Oh, we've also got blue Regals here. I forgot... Or, Reginald's here. These are nice. For food, mostly. Okay, let's recharge this. Okay. Can we actually build anything in here? Why not? A vending machine in every house. Okay, what next? Can't think of anything else to put in the science room. Trash can, I guess. Right next to the vending machine. Put that coffee machine down.
You look like you could use some coffee.
Put in some shelves, probably. Probably just a single wall shelf should do. And science storage. Of course. And then just populate this with stuff like random minerals, science things. What is the interior pieces? And a composite plant pot, because who doesn't like plant pots in their science rooms? Probably put a more sensibly oriented one somewhere around here too. Oh, you can put them on glass windows, that's interesting. An indoor grow bed. Oh. I'm slightly disappointed. Oh, you can't put the... No! You can't put the pots on top of things. I am ruined. A medical fabricator. And probably a radio.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
I do not care. So this looks pretty sciencey. I'm happy with this. I think we can move on to the next room. Not sure what the next room would be. Let's put a ladder here. So, before we start, we're just going to make these temporarily. Note that this is not good base construction in survival mode because you would be leaking very quickly. You can get to the point where you can kind of do that though. So let's see here. Something that I might actually consider doing is moving the science lab over here to the Reaper remains. Because look, it's all sciencey and stuff. It's bones. It's got ghost weed next to it. I guess. Ooh, ooh. No, look, it's eating me. Can you actually? I don't think you can get samples of these plants. No. What a shame. Don't know if you can make them go away either. You can do stuff like this to other plants. But not really something you can do to everything. So something really cool actually is you can drag these nodes over to your base for further harvesting. It's very slow, but you can just have a place that's just for harvesting. And now that just lives there now. You can also move them into locations that are more aesthetically interesting, obviously. Can you do it? Can you do the same with this? Nope. Didn't think so. Oh, here's some titanium, for instance. The weird thing is that if you leave them, oh. Huh. I now have titanium. Fantastic.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Look, I'd have power if we could actually make power in creative. I'm just closing all the bulkheads. The interesting thing is, I find that there's not really that much of a purpose, aside from making things look aesthetically interesting, to having multiple towers, I suppose. other thing that I wanted to do. Let's see here. We're gonna set up the moon pool, which I still can't rotate, I might add. Bugs, who knew? There we go. So that's the moon pool set up. Can we actually window the moon pool? We can. Got a couple of places for windows. You know what? I actually really like the look of using a moon pool specifically for windows. It's quite interesting. Where is it? You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to remove that aquarium. Hope that I can still put this down. Where is... There it is. Foundation. I don't think I can put this down, unfortunately. So I have an idea. Since we seem to be able to put it up one. Put it right here. And the reason for this thing's existence is to hold grow beds. Where do we have them? Here they are. That's an indoor one. So you usually don't need this much, but if you're farming large numbers of plants, you can easily set it up so that you can use that much. Come on. There we go. You can also move these if you really want to. Not really much point to it though. Note that when you do send them flying like that, it does actually produce a fair amount of force, enough to actually break it open. This probably also isn't the worst place. It's actually wide, it's open, it's got a nice river of toxic methane in it. You all know how much I love my methane. Also got a fair number of plants. It'll actually make it quite pretty. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This place has acid shrooms. which means that you can create batteries easily here. I wouldn't, but that's just me. I think by the time I got down here at 700 meters, I would probably have enough acid shrooms and enough batteries, given how many Aurora gives you. There's really no need to build them. But yeah, so this is where we enter and leave in case we want to access the grow bed. And I think we've already, I think with that, we've decided what this place is. Okay. Sorry, Ferret. Hang on a moment. Let me mess with something on the change log. Alright, try it now, Ferret. What, build the base bigger? So obviously, since this is, oh, this is still very bugged. Oops. We are going to turn this into the Arboretum. With all of the indoor grow beds you can want. Oh, we even have a ghost weed to start growing. Look at that. Ferret, you and your... God. You and your obsession with the number 69. This isn't quite centered. Damn it. Good enough. Actually, I'm gonna remove that one. Just keep it like this. It's the best number, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do. That deals with my OCD quite nicely. I'm actually going to add Because we can fit another indoor grow bed in here, I think. There. So this is where we just grow all the plants, really? Not much more complicated than that. Oops. Shit. Yeah. What a shame I don't have any plants to put here. Ooh! Can we plant rice snacks? No! Okay, this is the part where we litter. Not really.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
We could go and get some plants. Let's go ahead and dock the sea moth, I think.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Still do not know why I can't transfer power. I'd like to transfer power. But the game won't let me transfer power. Why is this lithium here? Well, shale outcrops. Hey, there's some of the crystalline sulfur on the bottom of the methane. Hey, let's take a look at what shale outcrops give us. Gold. I guess that's a thing. What a shame we don't have manta eggs yet. Or those. Wouldn't mind some of these eggs. Let's collect some of the plants in the area. make the base look all pretty and stuff. I don't know what those plants are. I think we've got all the ones that you can actually grow. No, veins, nettles. Already have some ghostweed growing. Oh, rip that ripper stalker. I wonder, actually, if you can drop a ruby into the science lab. We'll see. I don't think you can, which would make me sad. More titanium, should you want to collect it. Open it up. And again. Oh, I just destroyed airlock rules 101. We have a fish. Is it dead? No, it's alive. Maybe the fish just plays dead, who knows. Anyway, we have 4 plants. Start growing the plants. Oh no. And we don't even have a repair tool to fix this. All right. So, I think I'm gonna call it there for now, but I will probably do more of this stuff when I feel like it. This isn't gonna be a regular thing because I am definitely getting back to Witcher pretty soon here, and that's gonna take up most of my time. But if I have some free time and I feel like just chilling for a bit, look forward to seeing this, I guess. Other than that, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye.